Okay, based on what you told us, it seems to me that the age of Mr. Barcelona seems to a little bit certain you in the form that he call you, and in case that he reject his request, he certain you that you would be liable to this. However, just to make sure that you are liable or not liable, it's he or other people that he asked for help to prove the certain element. Number one is the duty as a lawyer. Actually, you as a lawyer, any lawyer has the duty to take care and prudent toward client and be transparent toward client in case that they may be aware of any consequences regarding to result or regarding to the service they will perform. They should inform to the client so that the client would be aware of what would be the result leading out of that legal practice of lawyer. And another thing is that by that, whether it is negligently of Mr. Zaron himself or is another people involved. But it seems to me that you have a very strong case, but I am not guarantee that you are 100% not involved in this case. The case is that you already notice him regarding to your concern and your problem while you are taking a look at the employment contract that you contract. However, it is his duty to execute to perform the contract, and the term and condition in contract is agreed by who's involved in contract. Like for example, the security guard, the worker, and also he, Mr. Saron, who is the owner of the business.
And one more thing is that, as you told us earlier, you actually know only the draft and of course the basic of the fact of this company. You didn't really know what's inside the company, seriously, what they have, the operating system in their company. So in that case, you just only, of course, draft document, contracts, and also, especially, you have mentioned already that there might be some concern regarding the clause in some contract as well. So in that case, you have seem to have a very good ground. However, we are not guaranteed yet because you have to see whether the retainer agreement or other document can be relevant to you in that case. Toward that, you have he has threatened you. Actually, as you are a lawyer, so we just tell you the technical terms in that case. You have right to accept and terminate the contract, of course.
And because he just only want me, just called me and asked me to defend his case, and he said that they accused him as on the human trafficking case.
And how you respond to him?
I told him that I would like to think about this. I don't want to give him any response yet.
Yes.
That's why he angry with me and threatened me that if I would not defend this case, he will tell the police that are also involved in the team.
Okay.
Just one more thing. Are you lawyers of him currently, or you just are involved in hourly consultation?
Like I told you that it's not only him that is my client. I have many clients, so I just only in my attorney agreement I just only stated that I will represent him when he came when he need my legal advice or he need my help regarding to the legal issue. So I'm not really stay in his company. I just only we check him only based on our when we have consultation, when we have discuss regarding to our legal issue.
So far, we got many of your what you told us earlier. So we just would like you to be aware of our understanding regarding your case. So your name is Ms. Kim, and you are a lawyer. Of course, you have run the business as a law firm for 5 years, and you have a client named Mr. Barcelona. He is very rich. Of course, he is a businessman. He's running hotel, bars, and also the brand name is Seven Dragon. You have a partner in Bangkok, and you you actually, on behalf of him, try to advise him hourly, and of course you draft this contract, including the employment contracts, of course the contract that you take your girls to work, of course employment in his business. And another one is also you have drafted a contract regarding the security guard. However, at that time you suspect that there is a clause mentioned that if the girls run, then the security guard have to be responsible for that, and that the punishment is they have to lose 2 weeks payment of their salary. And so far, yesterday, Mr. Watson was arrested, and he just wants you to defend his case, and also help him. Especially, he threatened you that if you don't defend him, then he will mention to the police your involvement, of course, because you have advised him, and also he will claim to the bar association to, of course, disbar you. Is that your point? So your purpose is to know whether if you are involved in this case or not, and of course you are wondering whether you are committing against the code of ethics of lawyers or not. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, based on what you told us, it seems to me that the act of Mr. Barcelona seems to a little bit threaten you in the form that he call you, and in case that he reject his request, he threaten you, and you would be liable with however, just to make sure that you are liable or not liable, if he or other people that he asked for help can prove the certain element. Number one is the duty as a lawyer. Actually, you as a lawyer, any lawyer has the duty to take care and prudence toward client and be transparent toward client in case that they may be aware of any consequences regarding to resign or regarding to the service they will perform. They should inform to the client so that the client would be aware of what would be the result leading out of that legal practice of lawyer. And another thing is that by that, whether it is negligently of Mr. Zaron himself or is other people involved. But it seems to me that you have a very strong case, but I cannot guarantee that you are 100% not involved in this case. The case is that you already notice him regarding to your concern and your problem while you are taking a look at the employment contract that you contract. However, it is his duty to execute to perform the contract, and the term and condition in contract is agreed by who's involved in contract. Like for example, the security guard, the worker, and also he, Mr. Saron, who is the owner of the business.
And one more thing is that, as you told us earlier, you actually know only the draft and of course the basic of the fact of this company. You didn't really know what's inside the company, seriously, what they have, the operating system in their company. So in that case, you just only, of course, draft document, contracts, and also, especially, you have mentioned already that there might be some concern regarding the clause in some contract as well. So in that case, you have seem to have a very good ground. However, we are not guaranteed yet because you have to see whether the retainer agreement or other document can be relevant to you in that case. Toward that, you have he has threatened you. Actually, as you are a lawyer, so we just tell you the technical terms in that case. You have right to accept and terminate the contract, of course. Actually, it's based on the Article 16 of Code of Ethics. You may know that. So in that case, first of all, you just advising hourly rate. So you can have right not to defend him. Yes.
Actually, a lawyer has the right whether to accept the client or to reject the client request. However, it depends on your self whether you accept or reject. and based on a reasonable reason for that as well.
In that terms, as he threatened you, you have right to protect yourself, of course. You may know law as well. So in this case, a lawyer cannot be threatened based on the law on Bar Association of Cambodia. Lawyer is someone who is very independent. You have right and of course be legally in doing this. For the involvement in your previous case, that whether you really involved in that case or not. Actually, as we mentioned already, you just know the background of that. It's more likely to me that there is no serious involvement in that case.
So my last question related to the intermediate intervention. Could you evaluate how and what should I do? Because I'm sure that he might call me again to ask me to do something, and maybe the police. Or what should I do to respond to the case and to the police as well?
Okay, based on what you told us, of course he has right after 24 hours in police custody, he have right to have a lawyer, but it doesn't have to be you, of course. You have right to do that, and if, for example, police call you to clarify the thing, because actually the police just want to know more from you, whether you have involvement in that case or not. So we believe that in that case, you just tell the truth to the police, you actually only draft the documents, and at the same time, the point is that you have no intent whether it's illegal or not. The point, the operating system, the operate, and of course the financial in that company deeply, you haven't understand that system. That would be a very good reason to tell the police.
Actually, to prove that actually you have to prove that you involve in a crime, the three elements should be fulfilled. Number one is the intent. Actually, you are not the one who execute or perform the contract. You are the one who traffic, but the one who perform is Mr. Saron. And number two is that you are not the one who involved in the act of prosecuting the contract. Okay? It depends on the Mr. Saron firm policy to do that. Of course, although there is a law, but if one of these elements is missing, it sounds to me that you are not liable.
So in this case, we just not too quick to conclude the point that you're current 100% not liable. So we just will tell you the consequences if you really found some elements in that case. So in case that he have proved the three elements, of course it must be the three elements to be proved. Then you have also, despite you are a lawyer, you also have right to have another lawyer to defend you in this case. So in this case, we believe that if we can work it for you, then there are many reasons, and of course we will try to investigate on these things, these documents. We will try to prove that you are really not involved in this case, as long as it legal, in legal framework, of course.
Do you get what you mentioned so far?
Yes, it's give me that, and you also give me the good advice.
And based on the legal perspective that we just mentioned earlier, we just let you consider on the following reasons that we are going to give you based on your concern. Okay? For your first issue is that you wonder whether you would be involved in the crime committed by Mr. Saron or not. And in this case, we would like you to talk with Mr. Saron first to show up your reason. Actually, you are not respond that you are rejecting, no, accept him. However, you have your own reason to do that as a lawyer. You are independent from interference from any lawyer, from any partner, like for example, Mr. Saron or any other institution. Okay. And by talking with Mr. Saron, you actually have can explain him that legal aspect, legal consequences that he might face just now, and actually you can tell him about your rights and your application to a plan. Actually, you are not the lawyer for the business, and you are a kind of a contractual lawyer for him based on hourly that he requests to you, things like that. So you can bring up this sort of issue and talk to him.
And at the same time, as you used to advise him, so you may be also a very good witness and also very good, very helpful for him as well to try to defend his case or maybe reduce the punishment. So in this regard, we believe that he will understand it for your point of view. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, there is a very rare chance to for him to file complaint against you, as you have right to protect, of course. Actually, Cambodian law have a very good ground on that. We have, if someone is very in danger, and then you, of course, call the police, inform them, then you have right to be protected. And despite you are a lawyer, professional lawyers, but of course, you have right as other citizens in this case.
And just one more thing regarding to your first concern, if in case that you want to file a complaint against him regarding to his phone call, to threaten you, to make you feel not so good at this time, you can possibly do that. However, we, as a lawyer point of view, as you are also a lawyer, we just encourage you to consider on the non-legal option first, whether to talk with him personally, or you may ask someone to accompany you, or if you even ask us to represent you, so that we can make a issue deal out effectively or work more on your case regarding to your negotiation with Mr. Saran. And however, the three options that we mentioned to you, whether to negotiate, whether to ask police for help, whether to file complaint against him regarding to his sentence, it really depends on your preference.
That's right. And do you have any question regarding the first issue?
It's clear that you gave me the option to do that, so I have to think about this and I will choose what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So that will be your choice, and you are always here to help you, no matter what choice you choose.
Yeah.
Okay, so to respond to your second purpose, whether you are committing acts against code of ethics, and your worry right now is that your profession is lost on this moment. And of course, actually, we just would like to tell you the worst consequences first. And the first one, you should be aware that this moment is the last choice and occur only when it's serious act from lawyers. So you may know from the Article 63 from the Code of Ethics, law on bar. And in this case, the first one would be just oral warning. And if you commit more serious in this case, you may just a written warning. And after that, there is also another point, which is at most 2 years suspension from the legal profession. So it doesn't mean that if he successfully file complaint against you, then you cannot perform anymore. So you have choice. However, in this case, we haven't seen any strong evidence that he you to be involved in this kind of disciplinary sanction. Yeah. Yes.
So, okay. Actually, we have the right to file a complaint to the bar council. However, you have also have the right to defend yourself in terms of that you are actually not the one involved in the actual scene of the crime being committed. It is really liability of the Mr. Saron who asked you for traffic contract. Okay.
Okay, so as we mentioned that you have right to protect yourself, and of course it would be the only choice for that, because actually he just threatened you. He haven't taken this action yet. So in case that he haven't threatened you, then haven't the file complaint to the bar association, then it's nothing for you, right? Yes. However, if he really file complaint against you, you have got some evidence, especially the retained agreement, very important in this case, and also the relevant document. Especially, you need to prove that you don't know most of the details regarding his operating business.
Yes.
So, do you have any doubt or you want to ask us anything?
It's good for me now. It's okay. Because you answer all my questions I asked you.
Okay. So, just now we would like you to take a look, and when you go back, please take your time to relax option that just view so far, and in case that you choose any option and you get any legal aid from us, please do let us know so that we can arrange a meeting for you to work on your case. And in case that for the consultation, please bring us the relevant document, including number one is the name and contact of your partner, because actually when Mr. Saron discuss with you regarding to the contract, your partner also there.
Yes.
Okay, so we just want you to recover all the options you mentioned. To respond to the first one and whether you are involving in the Human Trafficking Act or not, first one we have option is to talk to Mr. Saron, and second one is to talk inform the police that he has threatened you. That's your right. And the third one, you also can, if he file complaint against you that you are really involved in that case, you have right to have another lawyer for you to defend in this case. And to respond to your second purpose, whether you are committing the legal to so there's will be a choice to choose any option regarding to have you.
Yes, I'll see you at the end of the show.
Just once again, if in case that in case that you choose to retain us to represent the case, please for the consultation bring us a contract that we made between you and Mr. Saron business, including the employment contract, the safeguard contract, and other contract that you may think that involved in the case.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have any doubts or question?
Thank you, it's clear. I
Okay.
feel better now.
Okay, so after this, we will send you a brief summary of today's discussion and options, and of course, a possible processes through your address, which we have got from our secretary within 2 days.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
At the same time, we will check if you have conflict of interest in other office or not. That would be great. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we are here to help you. If you start to retain us, we will of course try to help you in process in this case. Okay, that's good.
Let's see.
Now, if you have any more doubt or you have any question or want us to clarify, please let us know. You can contact us directly.